Namaste, beloveds. This is Mother with Wisdom, and welcome to today's show. Today's show is, of course, an impromptu show, but I woke up with some very specific information, and so in sharing that information, I also want to pull cards for it. And the information is right now we're going through a transitionary period or phase. And we're very impressionable. Our conscious awareness, our spiritual conscious awareness is very impressionable right now. So you really want to pay close attention to the images you're putting inside your conscious awareness, the words you're using with your conscious awareness, especially towards yourself, okay? Especially towards building yourself up, especially towards grounding yourself, especially towards informing yourself of your higher self and bringing that forward, okay? And so this is a very impressionistic period right now that we're going through. And this is cosmically aligned with everything that is going on, especially with Venus and Scorpio. The energies are they're very purifying and they're very transmuting right now, okay? And so you really need to sit with your thoughts and your feelings, and you need to kind of strain them or siphon them or fine tune them or refine them or transmute them. You need to turn the lead into gold, so to speak, or turn the solid into a liquid, okay? So that it's more transmutable, so that it flows easier in your cosmic magnetic fields, okay? And so that it's not so clingy to you. It's still there. It still surrounds you. You're not getting rid of anything, but you're transmuting it. You're making it lighter. You're not attached to it anymore. It doesn't affect you the way it used to do. And that's because that's your choice. And it's your choice to keep processing it until the energies and the echoes of it are almost quiet and silent and you don't hear it. Okay? And so be very aware of everything that causes an imprint and an impression upon your spiritual conscious awareness at this time. And there will be a lot of things, a lot of situations and circumstances, a lot of people, a lot of places, a lot of ancient, just everything getting all stirred up, okay? And that is happening for you to be imprinted by it and to help identify yourself as a spiritual being and to help you expand your spiritual conscious awareness in a way that you are empowered by, okay? In a way that whatever is outside of you is not smashing you, is not hurting you, is not penetrating you, is not flipping you over, is not tipping you over. You're aware of it, but you only let certain of its essence inside or close to you. And you do that through your impression of it, through a spiritual lens, through a wider, deeper, more conscious, spiritually conscious spiritual lens, okay? From an individual and also from a deeper ancestral collective lens, okay? From a cosmic lens, beyond just this earth, beyond just this galaxy, beyond just this universe. Let time flow fluidly. Okay? And don't be impressed by any single thing within the history. Okay? But let it come. Observe it. Glean the wisdom. Harvest the goodness of it. Let go what does not nurture you. Don't cling or judge it. Okay? And so let's keep moving, beloveds. The first card that came forth is the Ace of Pipes, and we're using the Medicine Woman deck. Ace of Pipes. And I really want you to see that card. For me, the yellow is very prophetic. The Thunderbird on her chest is very prophetic. There's a lot there. We see the colors blue and yellow. Okay, and we have the white. We see the stars. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and 6 by her throat. 6 is the number that has been coming through lately on my Facebook page with a lot of wisdom for the number 6, and that is because there's a lot shifting. Pan is here. You have the image of Pan, and you have the image of the pan flute. So you have Pan playing the flute here as well. And if you don't know what that is or who that is, I advise you to look for that. And that's Capricorn with the horns and the goat. So there's a lot here astrologically as well. And you see the sun in the middle, and you see the crescent moons. There's a lot in this card. So let's see what Carol Bridges has to say about this card, the Ace of Pipes. Let's see here. Ace of Pipes. There we go. And the Ace of Pipes, that's the first card. And I want to share with you what the Pipes card represents. The suit of pipes is known also as wands or rods in other decks. These are instruments of conduction. The suit of pipes depicts the energy that flows through you as breath. Remember I said the images and your impressions and letting everything be fluid through you? Life force, sexuality, creativity, whereas stones speak of solid things, turning the solid things into fluid things. Work and continuous distribution of resources. Pipes speak more of airy processes like imagination, inspiration, and artistic expression of self and spirit. Life flows through you, stimulating desire, passion, experience of beauty, flowering, and fulfillment. Here you learn to play, to master instruments that bring spirit to life, including the final mastery of yourself as an instrument of divine grace and power. The culmination of Pipes energy is the passing on of something of lasting quality. This could be a work of art, a child, or a work of a lifetime. Perhaps it will be all of the above. In the suit of pipes, you learn to channel inspired energy through your body into creations of a material nature. As you move around the medicine wheel into the bowls quadrant, you will learn just the opposite, to spiritualize the material. With pipes, you are materializing the spiritual. They are opposite but complementary energies on the wheel of life. In the medicine woman tarot system, stones and arrows are opposite each other as well. You can think of stones as teaching you to recognize and gather resources, and arrows as doing with resources something that furthers your direction, the direction of spirit as it flows through your particular life. Each suit of or energy is a part of a whole, a part of a great balance that must be kept. And that word balance keeps coming up for me, beloveds. That has a lot to do with what is imprinting and impressing upon us at this time that we're so open. We are being we're being asked to understand balance and to understand balance and to bring about balance by our will and by our fluid interaction with nature, with spirit, okay, through nature, through the elements, through everything, through the flesh, through existence. There we go. So concentrate on bringing balance, not so much as what is right or wrong. Those are parameters. Those are the boundaries. But you need to bring those boundaries into balance for your particular life. Okay? What may be balanced for one is not necessarily balanced for you. Find your individual balance. Okay? And then live by that. As much as you can, practice that. One energy is not better than another. Each has its own circle that must be completed within itself. And this is what the cards of each suit show you how to accomplish. Each suit is a wheel within a greater wheel. As each lesson or series of 14 lessons ends, another lesson or series begins. As each lesson or series of 14 lessons ends, another lesson or series begins. That 14 is a 5, and so we're beginning a 6. So it's that 6 is showing up again, beloveds. Like I say, Google it for yourself, or you can go on my Facebook page in my search and type in the word 6 and see what comes up, or the number 6, and see what I have posted about that, because that is the wisdom of spirit being shared around that number. Okay? That energy, frequency, and spectrum. Here we go. Each suit is a wheel within a greater wheel. As each lesson or series of 14 lessons ends, another lesson or series began. The circles are ever entwining and spiraling upwards. And as I was reading that, Spirit said to look at the essence of numbers, the valuation of numbers. They all start with the number 0. And here in this earthly life, we deal with the positive. So it's not a negative one that we are looking at or dealing with or counting in. We count the positive one, and we add that positive one to another positive one before it to become a 2. Okay? And so this is the going upwards. But Spirit is saying, realize that each of these numeric circles, cycles that you can count, each is its own particular season and cycle. Okay? And it's always going upwards. So it's always being multiplied. It's always being expanded. It's always being added to. Okay? So again, think about the topic, the impression of wisdom, the expression of knowledge that's available right now to help us expand our spiritual conscious awareness. it is an addition. It is a multiplication of. Okay? So understand that aspect or that exponent of it. And remember, everything comes from zero, which is everything and nothing at the same time. So there are no rights and wrongs. And when I say there are no rights and wrongs, everything is a lesson. Everything within that zero is a lesson. Whether it's a negative or a positive, it's a lesson. It's going to have its own circle and cycle, and it's going to impress you or influence you in such a way. But be conscious of it, beloveds. Be conscious of your tests, your lessons, okay? What is coming to you that is going to expand your spiritual knowledge of yourself, of your existence as a self, as an expression, as a divine expression of the self. Let me keep going. The energy of the pipe spirals from the base of your spine up through the top of your head and back down again. Your body is a pipe, stem, and bowl, male and female, uniting in the spiritual smoke that rises up to the Creator, whether you use a peace pipe or a pan pipe as your symbol. Think about those two pipes, beloveds. One you smoke and the other you play music through, okay? So, again, this is very specific in the instruments that we are being given to look at for the imprinting upon our spiritual conscious awareness. Pan means all, okay? So there is a lot here to break down, to receive, to hold, to sit with, okay? Whether you use a peace pipe or a pan pipe as your symbol of this energy, a flute or a magic wand, your symbol will remind you to breathe in life and breathe out creation. Your body, as you learn to purify it and use it consciously, will become a better and better conductor of this life force. Eventually, it will be a magic wand itself, a powerful tool for your own transformation and that of the world. And I'm going to get into reading the Ace of Pipes next. But again, I want you to see these two tools. I want you to see, actually there are three, excuse me. Mama says the wand, the pan pipe, and the peace pipe. Okay, and you being the conductor of all these energies and deciding how to use them with your spiritual conscious awareness. Okay, this is what the Ace of Pipes card represents according to Carol Bridges. Inspiration and excitement. Prayer. Great Spirit, I am ready. Great Spirit, I open my day with a prayer to you. I look to the east, to this rising sun. I seek direction. It is springtime in my heart, and I am ready. I listen for your call and ready myself to receive the wand of power. Ignite in me the energy of creation. Inspire a life divine. Awaken in me all possibility. This is the lesson of the card. Awaken to inner resources. The magic wand of creative/sexual energy is stirring. This is the kindling of desire. Spiritual desires, beloveds. Spiritual desires to know yourself. Spiritual desires to integrate and create a better existence. Okay? For all. For the collective. This is the kindling of desire. Depending on the level at which your consciousness resides, you are feeling one of the following: a strong need for personal space, increased awareness of your own body, a deep drawing toward family or friends, and a desire to be part of a group that needs you. Extra energy to express yourself, an overwhelming desire to do something useful and beneficial for the world, an urge to speak out, sing, or otherwise be heard, artistic inspiration, or an increased longing to merge with God. You may feel more than one of the above. Puberty and menopause are 2 times in your life when the creative sexual energy column in your body is filled with excess energy. At these times, the universe gives you a boost of power to get on with your particular forms of self-expression. At other times, you must work spiritually to open to such energy gifts. And beloveds, I want to pause right here because Kundalini has been coming up. The rise, the ascension, the Kundalini serpent has been coming recently a lot in the past couple of months. And again, this is all about the opening of the chakras and the balancing of the chakras and the being able to flow upwards and ascend with this energy that is available to you now, that is imprinting its wisdom etherically upon you now, that you are a conductor of, that you are to transmute, that you are to purify yourself with and through, okay? And that you are to give back to the earth. It is always an exchange, beloveds. And so, again, spiritually, consciously, know what you're holding. Know what is flowing through you. Know that it is sacred. Treat it as such. Know what that sacred means. Know what that spiritual side means. Come to know that side of yourself. Come to know, be one with that essence of yourself. That is the primordial essence of self itself. That is the consciousness before form. And so the more you allow that to flow freely through you and with you, and you start conducting that, and you start being a channel for that, or you start just being a vessel for that, for it to come and it sit, and for it to grow, for you to be the fertile soil for it, so that it can blossom and grow branches, and roots. That is what everything is all about, beloveds. That's why this keeps coming up right now, specifically right now. And the wheel of the world, the life forces, everything coming together right now, this message coming together right now is in preparation of the next grounding phase. And so as these wheels click and they turn and you get the information, let it imprint upon your spiritual conscious awareness. Take it in, just like the sun, and know that the nutrients that you gain, you're going to need those. And so open yourself as much as you can. And what does not work or fit with you, transmute it. Let it go. Release it. And it will be transmuted and transformed, and it'll come back to you in a way that will be beneficial for you, or that you can hold, or can channel, or can transmute, or can swallow. Okay? Let me keep going. You must open to love, inspiration, or higher consciousness. At these times, you are suddenly compelled to express, and you feel the freedom to do so. Your appetite is being whetted for a finer level of experience than you have ever had before. That is the refinement. And so, beloveds, everything that you have experienced up to this point has been the contrast, has been the compost, has been the lessons necessary for you to ground yourself and open yourself and to transmute what is coming to you, okay? For you to link with it in a way that is healthy and productive, and to know what is healthy and productive and what is not. So let go of your resentment of your past. What did not, could not, would not, should not work or do as you had thought it should. It did exactly what it needed to do. And you are here. You are in this phase. You are in this cycle. You are in this age. You are in this time. You are in this season. You are in this circle. You are included in this collectively, spiritually, collectively. And now it is time for you to individually transform, to refine everything that you've been through, every experience, every thought, every feeling. Let go of your attachment, let go of your judgment to it, and use it as to expand your spiritual conscious awareness of who you are as a spiritual being, as an incarnated spirit, living, dwelling, being inside of flesh, okay, in the material world. Let's keep going. Your appetite is being whetted for a finer level of experience than you have ever had before. And I can say, yes, that is true. That is very true. And because it is something that I have not experienced before, there is a whoa, what is this? Oh my goodness. Am I ready? And parts of me are like, oh yeah, we're definitely ready for this, girl. This is what everything has been waiting for, and it's like riding a wave. It's like you've been on the water, and the waves have been coming nicely, but that big kahuna wave that you've been waiting, oh baby, that tsunami wave is like, okay, you ready? Here it comes. Here we go. And it's like, yes. And all the energies are like bursting and screaming and hollering, and it's so pleasurable and scary and everything all at the same time, okay? And so ground yourself and understand that you were chosen to be here in this moment, okay? That is why you exist in this moment. That is why you are able to glean and harvest and gain the wisdom of this moment. That is why your impressions of it are so very powerful right now, okay? And why you need to be very careful of what you're allowing to give you the images, what you're allowing to teach you, okay? What you're open to. Pay attention to it, okay? Let go of your thoughts and your feelings. You didn't had enough of them. I'm 58 years old. I've been listening to them all this time. It's time to listen to spirit now. Thoughts and feelings, what you think you know as your logic and your ego. No, I've learned the difference. I'm listening to spirit. I'm taking Valerie Ames Middlebrook way up out of this equation, okay? But that spiritual essence that is of the divine that I am, baby, I'm sitting in his lap. Feed me. Feed me. I'm hungry and I'm greedy. Feed me. And that's where you are. That's where I am in this. And that's what I'm sharing. That's what I've been sharing. This wisdom, that's what it's all about. And you may think these cards are random, but this is spirit speaking directly. Okay, when I came to do all of this and put the wig on and put the hat on and the little necklace, I woke up with this, knowing that I was getting ready to do this video, and parts of me were like, we don't want to get dressed. We don't want to do that. What? Spirit said, let's go. And here we are. And parts of me was like, well, we can just type it up on Facebook and that. Come on. Here I am. When Spirit say move, you move. The pipes of Pan you are filling the pipe with fuel, the force that will eventually alter your consciousness. Remember I said, Spirit said when we started this, the impressions, okay, what was impressing upon you, what was imprinting upon you, your consciousness, you are filling the pipe with fuel. The force that will eventually alter your consciousness. The pipes of Pan are calling you to the hidden nature of yourself. The morning sun is dawning in your consciousness, calling you into the process of illumination. This is a new beginning for you, a new opportunity. Don't be afraid of its initial wildness. And it's wild because it hasn't been tamed, it hasn't been encountered. You don't know which way it's going to flow, and you just got to let yourself go with it. Okay? And no one planned it. It came about upon its own. It's wild. And this is what you need to fuel yourself with now. And you need to be conscious of that. And understand that this wildness, this paragraph says, the pipes of Pan are calling you to the hidden nature of yourself. The morning sun is dawning in your consciousness, meaning the higher frequencies, the higher spectrums of the light frequencies. Okay? This is the dawning. This is not the setting of the sun. This is the rising. This is the morning sun. So you've already gone through the dark of the death phase. You are rising now. Okay? And you're rising into a whole new being of existence, of energy, of consciousness, of awareness. And you need to attune yourself to this new wild frequency. Okay? And you do that by grounding yourself in your peace. And understanding that you are the magic wand. And that you are creating and crystallizing those energies that are being blown into you from the ancients of time, from everything. Pan is all. Okay? Let's move to the next card, beloveds. The next card is the Exemplar of Bowls. The Exemplar of Bowls. And I hope you remember what the pipe, when I read the definition of the pipes, what it said about the Bowls card. And let's go into it. Beloved, let me just go over that one more time, what it said about the bowls. As you move around the medicine wheel into the bowls quadrant, you will learn just the opposite, to spiritualize the material. To spiritualize the material. To spiritualize the material. That is what Spirit is. That is the message for today. To spiritualize the material. Okay? So whatever is material, whatever is of the flesh, whatever has form and substance, we are to spiritualize it. We are to understand that it is also without form, that it has a spiritual frequency to it, no matter what it is. And we are to pay attention not to just the material form, weight, colors, blah, blah, blah of it, but the spiritual essence of it. This is what this card, the Exemplar of Bowls, is getting ready to give us. Let's get to it. The Exemplar of Bowls. Okay. Ever deepening love, beloveds. Ever deepening love. Prayer. Only I, an old one, who has raised many children, in them raised the consciousness of the world, can be called great-grandmother, great-grandfather. I have given to all who were young on their road to understanding. I have shared all of my knowledge, all of my poetry, all of my heart's expression. I have loved deeply and long, and I will love you, the newly born living spirit as well. When you do not like yourself, human child, I will say a kind word. When you are lost, I will point the way and let you know you have the feet to walk the road alone. For in all my love, I am strong. I have lived a long time and many lives. From my experience, you will be renewed, baby. Like I said a couple of months ago when my great-grandmama told me, my great-grandmama Lemon came forward and she said, put the color lemon, you see the yellow blankets over there across the sofa. I'd redecorated my whole house in the bright color yellow, lemon, golden, because that's what was told to me for this coming winter season, that I would need it to brighten me, to remember, and to hold certain frequencies. And so, beloveds, like I said, you may think these things are random. They're not random. They're all connected. And when you start to see how it's woven spiritually, baby, you can't do nothing but stand in awe and open yourself and say, I'm here, use me. Because nothing is more satisfying. There is no deeper relationship, there is no more deeper intimacy than can be expressed or exchanged than that with spirit. Okay? And so, learn to be that essence, that fluid essence that can receive, that can connect, that can harness, that can radiate the wisdom, the unconditional love, beyond knowledge of good and evil. Understand that one is all, and you are never alone in it. That bowl holds you, okay? It's got you. Every essence, every drop of you. okay? From existence itself, that bowl holds the consciousness of spirit. And once, just like a drop of water, once you are in there, there is no distinguishing. Deep, 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 deep. For in all my love I am strong. This is the divine Holy Spirit speaking to us, beloveds. Let me make it plain. Let me make it clear. Understand this divine feminine principle that is speaking at this time and why. Why she is so forthcoming right now. It's not coincidence. It's not something you dreamed up or you imagined. It is time. This is her cycle. This is her season. She's coming into herself. Okay? I think it's Revelations chapter 12. She has given birth to that male child, to that Christ consciousness. Okay? That Christ consciousness was taken. Everything now is focused back on her, destroying her on this earth. Remember, the Revelation says, the dragon spewed forth the waters, but the earth absorbed the waters that the dragon spewed forth, so that it did not overwhelm this divine feminine. So understand the consciousness that the dragon spewed forth was its own consciousness. And it wanted to drown that divine feminine in its essence. But the earth, the spirit of the earth, mother, she took that on in herself. And we've been transmuting it all since then. Each epoch, each world, each cosmic revolution, each evolutionary step as spirit beings. And here we are. Let these words land within you, within your spiritual consciousness. Let them speak to the divine feminine that resides there. The truth echoes. It's resounding. And it has its own unique effect. You will feel goosebumps. You will feel butterflies. You will feel just awash with heat. That's the Holy Spirit of truth, having her way with you, dancing within you, saying, yes, baby, yes, oh my God, yes. Get you some wisdom. Them looks on that face, baby. The smile, them lips. Whoo! Timeless. Timeless wisdom. Timeless divine feminine wisdom. Okay? You're not going to get this from the divine masculine. It can only be produced, created, radiated, given birth to through the divine feminine. And it must be recognized as such. And to reject it or to deny it is to bring calamity upon your own self. And I hope we're beginning to see that and learn that. And I hope everything that has been before starts to reveal itself to you in this way. Starts to speak to you spiritually. Not through your conscious, not through your ego. I hope you are doing the separation work, your ego from your spirit, and you're beginning to know the different voices, the different tunes, the different needs. It's like a mama being in a room full of babies crying, and she tunes in, she knows when her baby is crying. No matter how many babies is in that room crying, oh, that's not my baby. But when her baby adds its voice to that cacophony, baby, she knows, oh, let me go get my baby because my baby crying. That's this. Let me keep going. I have given to all who are young on their road to understanding. I have shared all my knowledge, all of my poetry, all of my heart's expression. I have loved deeply and long. I will love you, the newly born living spirit as well. When you do not like yourself, human child, I will say a kind word. When you are lost, learn to hear those kind words. Learn that when you don't like yourself and your ego is blah, 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 blah. Learn to hear the smaller little whispering. Don't listen to that. You better than that. You God's child. You'll get over that. That will pass. That was just a stepping stone. You needed to go through that fire so you can learn how to do this. That and that needed to happen so you could have that in your arsenal to work through it to help other people with this, that, and that. That was the purpose. Not because you was this or you were that or do. No. It's because you needed that. You needed that kindling to light your fire and to keep it going. And you know how to use it as a torch now. Instead of just sitting there letting it burn you up and consume you. For in all my love I am strong. I have lived a long time in many lives. From my experience you will be renewed. And this is the lesson of this card. And I'm going to show this card again, beloveds. This is the lesson of this card. Your love has matured. Let me say that again. Your love has matured. And baby, I want you to look inside yourself. And I want you to see if that is the truth of who you are. And it's what is happening to you in this now moment. Has your love for yourself matured? Are you putting yourself first? Are you getting the rest you need? Are you growing? When you need to stop, do you stop or do you just keep going? Do you value your own inner dialogue? What's being said to you? What's being shown to you? Over what someone else is trying to... Has your love matured? Has your love matured to the part where it is one with the divine feminine and divine masculine? Are you ready to share that mature love with another being who has reached an understanding, an understanding, and a deeper knowing of what mature love is, mature spiritual love. I'm not talking about whether you know the Kama Sutra or you know all the tantric this, or if you know all the positions, or if you can do this and you can lay that and you can blah 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 blah. Baby, that's not it. That's not mature. That's physical. Mature is spiritual. Can you touch me without putting your hands on me? Can you touch me without opening your mouth with just a look? A spiritual look, connecting look, to my heart to yours, my spirit to yours. That's real. That's authentic. That's being spiritually mature. Lust ain't in that no kind of way. It's not about possession. It's not about attachment. It's not about I got to have you. It's simply about I see the divine in you. And I appreciate what I see. I love what I see because I see it in me. And me being able to see it in you and see it in me, we're one. That's that namaste, baby, for real. And I've been saying that I don't know how many years from the first time I first heard the word and understood what it meant. I was like, whoa, that's that mature stuff right there, boy. Woo! That's that beyond ancient right. Look, give me some more of that. Let me keep going, beloveds. Your love has matured. You have many teachings to pass on. Consider how to use your particular talents as a vehicle for the expression of the wisdom you have gained. It is time for you to settle back and integrate your love experiences. You have reached a plateau. That was told to me yesterday, that I have reached a plateau. Okay? And in reaching a plateau, you rest for a minute because you realize you got another peak coming, peak experience coming. And so you want to have transmuted everything you need to, and you want to enjoy the peace of the plateau. You want to become one with that plateau, so that if you need to, you can come out and hang out again at that plateau. Okay? Because you're getting ready to peak again. But before you peak, enjoy the plateau. Look back at the far distance you have come. Count your blessings. Bless others with your presence. For me, nostalgia is how I get through. But nostalgia has become something that I can look at just like a book and turn the pages and put down and walk away from. It no longer has me imprisoned. It no longer has me on a leash, and it walks me. Rather than sit here with these thoughts and feelings and feel each and every last one of them, and don't feel nothing else, don't see nothing else, just go back through this, cycle through this, loop through this again and again and again and again. No. That's the plateau. When you hit the plateau, oh, okay. That's behind me. I can go through it when I want to. I can go through it as deep or as shallow as I want to. I can glimpse it, blink it, wink at it, and keep moving. Because the peak is calling. And all of that was just the ingredients or the instruments I needed to get me to the peak. The next peak. And I don't want to just put the next, but the spiritual peak, the highest, higher frequency, brighter spectrum to radiate, to incorporate, to transmute, to become one with, to take on, to embody, to inspire, to radiate. You exemplify aging in grace. Your soul is filled with youthful exuberance for life's beauty. Your service to others is as natural as breathing. The light within you radiates fully. The full thrust of your life now goes toward your devotion to higher being. This is your purpose. You don't let nothing divide you, separate you, redirect you, or unfocus you from your purpose for this incarnation. This is loving yourself. This is being committed to yourself. This is relating to yourself. Okay? That is being in this world, but not a part of this world. You're able to observe it, but you're not lost up in it. It doesn't capture you. It doesn't master you. It doesn't string you along like a little puppet, like a little dog, like a little slave. You can say no thank you and keep it moving. Because you know your spiritual home, your spiritual center is within you. So you're not looking for nothing outside of you. There's nothing this world, material world, can offer you. Nothing. Nothing of value. The full thrust of your life now goes toward your devotion to higher being. No anger, pain, guilt, or remorse can hold you down. Emotions are a gently moving sea of bliss, uplifting a life of steady devotion to a higher good. You live in the simplicity of right relationship and walk a sacred path. Many friendships embrace you on the way. Many friendships embrace you on the way. You're not seeking validation. Okay? And the many friendships that embrace you means the law of attraction, the cosmic laws. What your frequency is what you attract. And that frequency recognizes you, recognizes your frequency, because it recognizes the frequency within itself. It recognizes the radiance, the spectrum, the light that you radiate, that you glow from, that ultraviolet that is refining and purifying right now. And it wants to merge with you to make a more powerful flame, more powerful light frequency, as the design is meant to. The beacons are necessary. Oh, that was deep. The beacons are necessary. Beacons of ultraviolet light. The Kundalini has already been reached. The crown is there. So the crowned ones shining. That's deep. Allow those who are fluid in balancing their chakras, in balancing that wisdom, in balancing that red and blue, the root and the throat, and have it circulate in a way that nourishes, and are able to bring it back through the heart chakra and make it green again with the photosynthesis and everything. Make it vital. Nutritionist. That's deep. Thank you, Mama. You have shown by the example of your loving life a path of liberation from life's problems. Through each one, you have taken the loving action and come through in beauty. Now your life stands as a way others can follow. Your bowls are filled with the treasures of earth and heaven. As you continue to pass on these treasures, your bowl will continue to be constantly filled. For all love given, love returns. The wheel of life speaks the law of love. Powerful, powerful, powerful. The wheel of life speaks the law of love. The wheel of life, not the tree. The wheel of life speaks the law of love. This is the wheel of life. The older into the younger, the mature into the new. The wheel of life. This is the weaving. This is the rooting. This is the circle. This is the cycle. This is the divine feminine, beloveds. Okay? Understand that womb, those ovaries and those eggs, and the bleeding. Very powerful. I am going to, my niece gave me this deck. It's called the Spellcaster's Tarot. And it's a beautiful deck. But to me, it's always seemed kind of dark. And when I say dark, it's just dark because of the word spellcaster. I have issues with that, I guess. And so I wanted to pull from this deck because so much has come from Leilani and our journey of the moth going to the bear ceremony here in Wisconsin, and just the lessons pouring from that. And so the energy cards are here. First card is the Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Let's see. Wow. Turned right to it. Six of Cups. Description. The past. A romantic interest or friend from the past reappears. Childhood. Friendship. A reconnection with a former way of life. The strength of one's roots. Ancestral memory. What is lost is recovered. Reconciliation. Nostalgia, memories, loyalty. Reversed, I don't usually do the reversed, but to give the full entire picture, I will read both of these. But the cards were right side up. Reversed, ties to the past are broken, a quarrel with a friend or the loss of a friend, betrayal or lack of loyalty, a need to examine or reconnect with one's roots, a matter in the past was not resolved or taken care of, an argument between siblings. Magical uses. Using spells to reconnect with something or someone from the past, to recover something lost or stolen, or to represent deep-rooted connection, friendships, ancestors, and ties to the past. Okay, that was this card. It's funny that these two cards are very much interwoven with each other, beloveds. From the colors to the messages. Okay? Very deep, very deep, very deep. What do I get from this card specifically? I see I see the water, and I see these as little minnow fish or little tadpoles. I see primordial life, and I see it just cresting on the sand. And I see these two children, male and female, both with bigger heads than their bodies. Okay? Both